Sonic Heroes released for PlayStation 2, Xbox, and GameCube in 2003. As far as Sonic games at the time go, it got fairly decent reviews and sold quite well. It was later ported to PC in 2004 and PlayStation Network in 2012, though only in Japan and Europe. And that's it. Sonic Heroes hasn't been re-released anywhere in over a decade, and over 2 decades in North America. Why is this? Is Sonic Heroes so embarrassingly bad that SEGA refuses to let people play it? Is this game hiding some dark secret from the depths of Sonic Team headquarters? Did the US government ban Sonic Heroes to prevent Satan himself from being brought into the physical realm? Well, I hate to break it to you, but the speculated reason is a little more mundane than that. See, while its 2 predecessors on the Dreamcast used an in-house graphics engine, Sonic Heroes was developed with a tool called Renderware. This was a popular proprietary software at the time that could be compared to today's Unreal Engine. Renderware allowed the developers to avoid having to worry about how the graphics would look on different consoles and instead focus on creating the game itself as quickly as possible. You may have noticed that I said proprietary software earlier. Well, this is where our problems begin. As opposed to open source software, which allows anyone to freely use it without any regard to copyright, the rights to proprietary software remain with the company that develops it, and anyone who wants to use it needs to license it. What's the problem with that, you may be asking? Sega's a giant corporation. They could easily renew their license for a re-release. Well, in any other circumstance you would be correct, but there's one teeny tiny issue in this case. Renderware is dead. The company behind Renderware, Criterion Software, was bought out by Electronic Arts in 2004, and in classic EA fashion, they completely discontinued it. If Sega were to re-release Sonic Heroes, they probably wouldn't have a lot of options. They'd have to either somehow work with EA to make Renderware work with newer hardware, or more likely, use a completely different graphics engine entirely. There is precedent for that last option, but it's not exactly pretty. Is there any modern official way to play Sonic Heroes? Well, if you live in Japan or Europe and own a PlayStation 3, then yes, but otherwise no. The only legal way to play it is to buy a physical copy online or from a used game store. And if you want to play it on modern hardware, you'll have to extract the game from the disc and load it onto an emulator such as Dolphin or PCSX2. This is ridiculous to ask of anybody these days, since most modern PCs don't even have a built-in disc reader. I'm definitely not suggesting that anybody pirate Sonic Heroes. Definitely do not go online to find an ISO of the GameCube version and play it on Dolphin. This is a very bad idea. Don't you dare do it. But this begs the question, even if Sega were able to re-release Sonic Heroes, should they? Is this really a game worth preserving? Well, regardless of what I think of the game's quality, I think this is an absolute yes. Sonic Heroes is a high-profile release and one of the most notable video game franchises in history, and that alone makes it worth preserving. Beyond that though, this one game changed a lot about Sonic, which makes it an important part of Sonic's lineup that can't be easily accessed anymore. As to whether or not it's a good game, I just so happen to have a video coming up later this month where I try to answer that very question. So if you don't want to miss it, make sure to subscribe. Stay tuned, thanks for watching, and as always, enjoy life.